My name's Dallas, aka Infurness, and one of the most common questions or requests that I get is from those who have been scammed seeking a way of getting unscammed, or at least some form of revenge on the scammers. Unfortunately, unscammed is not a word in the dictionary, but maybe it can be on the dark web. There are dark web websites that offer revenge hacking for scam victims to get their money back with 100% guarantee, and to give the scammers what they deserve. So, what happens if you actually pay for this? Let's find out. So this is a dark web onion site, accessed through the Tor browser. The site is called Revenge Hacker. Very descriptive. I found this by casually browsing through the many lists and indexes of deep web sites. By the way, what's the difference between deep web, dark net, and black web? Well, I have no idea. So we're just going to refer to it all as a deep dark net website. And it certainly is. It took a lot of random clicking and browsing on the dark web to come across. Definitely something someone with no idea what they're doing should be doing. There's lots of these types of things, sometimes even on the surface sites. People advertising getting scam money back, expert Instagram accounts, even normal websites saying they'll get your money back. Well, all of them are scams themselves. But this one, on the other hand, while there's no one on the surface sites that are actually going to do illegal things and risk themselves for you, it may be a heck of a ton different on the deep web, where actual crimes are just as commonplace as VPN sponsorships on the main web. And on that note, this video is brought to you by nothing. VPNs aren't going to do jack all in keeping you safe on here. So we're going to dive right into what this page has to offer. Revenge Hacker is an online community of scam victims turned scam hunters. We specialize in the use of black hat hacking tools to compromise scammers who have taken money and retrieve the money back with added interest. We are often able to liquidate an entire scammer's bank or payment account and track them using their digital footprints. What happens to the scammers after is up to our client's decision, but we are more capable of also arranging a more physical solution as well. And then, it looks like they go into more detail on how exactly they plan to do it, and how they are very official, operating in 13 countries, and with connections to many organizations that take care of the scammers in real life. So, that's always promising. See our current offers below by clicking the portal for a summarized list of the all-in-one packages we have available. And then you can even log in, apparently. This is just a landing page, as it turns out. So yes, if you've been scammed, this would probably appear like white gold to you. There's so many messages I get sent asking how if I can somehow help out in unscamming or getting money back that's been stolen. And I always have to unfortunately explain how in 90% of these cases, and nearly 100% that involve magical internet money like crypto, there's simply no way to do so. This is just really a game of prevention, not retribution. But heck with that, let's pay these people. My own dad was actually recently scammed by a crypto scam. Out of nowhere, he told me that someone had gotten him into an exclusive crypto club that doubled your investment on a weekly basis. The money already started coming in. He cashed out some of it and everything. Now, I knew this was a scam right at the first second, so I immediately looked up the details and found out it was just a normal crypto mining scam with a fake website that showed fake returns and profit. And the scammers even let their victims cash out a bit to prove it was all real. And this is a pretty typical thing. My dad invested over $10,000 into this, and luckily, I was able to help him get about $7,000 back just through social engineering the scammers, having him pretend he was still falling for the scam, but suddenly desperately needed extra cash for living expenses, thus needing to cash out. Fortunately, in this case, it worked. This is really the only possible solution, but I'm not through with these scammers. I'll save what I did to them for an upcoming video, but in the meantime, let's see if these dark web people can help do their thing with them. And heck, maybe even get that last bit of money back. Now the packages are all in BTC/ETH, and it goes from number 1, extermination and cleaning up shop. We will use cutting-edge cyber tracing to track the footprint of any lost funds taken by bad actors. We will then use counter-scam methods to obtain the assets in question. If you've been scammed by means of identity theft, you must contact us first. This costs 0.02 BTC. They have 2 more other than that. Combo package containing all the above services, but in this one, they go ahead and deploy DDoS on scammer websites or hijack their accounts to gain personal info. but only for an added 0.1 Bitcoin. And then number 3, they may use their connections to physically seek out the scammer through their personal info. Great. And then there's a submission form with payment details below. The prices are actually modestly cheap, but what else would you expect from a service claiming to retrieve someone's scammed money back, whether it's real or fake? Is this fake? Well, this is the dark web. Anyone could set this thing up far more easily on an Instagram guru page if it was. But if it isn't, well, this third package literally might be implying they're gonna put a hit on the scammers. And seeing that written on the dark web seems pretty predictable. Even though the scams have already been done, I'm just gonna see if I can get that $3,000 back. So I filled out the submission form, and this is definitely something you should do on the dark web, and gave the true information of the scam. Thankfully, they didn't demand payment up front, but they did require that I select one of their packages, so I'm gonna go with the first one for now. They requested a Telegram for communication, so I gave them one of mine for the time being, and clicked send, and got a confirmation after a long waiting page. Now, I just have to wait. I'm expecting this whole site to be a dud, since so many deep websites are often recycled or abandoned in short order all the time, and there's little to no verification of who's running these pages. It could even just be a big info farm in disguise, and that's primarily what the deep web is anyway. But sure enough, exactly 17 days later, there was a new message from a Telegram account going by the name Client Service. Hi, the request that you ordered is ready. May we verify the owner of this account? Alright, a little bit random. Not even remembering filling out the form at this point, I almost ghosted this account thinking it was some spam message. Luckily, I was reminded just in time. Typically, I would clown around with potential scammers or accounts like this, but considering everything, that's not going to happen too much up front because 1, I actually want to see if and how this plays out. 2, I don't want to get killed. 3, these people probably aren't idiots. Hi, yes, my name is Jack. May I verify what this message is about? But they didn't reply. I guess trying to set up an inconspicuous convo was out of the question. If this is about the scam that I lost money from, then you are a lifesaver. I lost $3,000 from a cryptocurrency scam and desperately need it back. That's why I contacted you on the web. I just can't believe that I lost all that money, and now I'm severely in the negative from my expenses, and I don't know if I could recover since I just got laid my job. It would be amazing if you could help me. And yes, stop typing, that was actually a mistake. Hello? Please be informed that we will be communicating with you under the terms of confidentiality and discretion. Thanks for telling me your situation, and we offer 3 packages, which you chose option 1. Note that everything carried out on our deal will be at your discretion only. We would request payment before any action is carried out. It looks like you were scammed online. Is this correct? Yes, it was. A young lady who text messaged me telling me about a website I can get huge profit on some cryptocurrency. I deposited $3,000 but was unable to withdraw it. I now know the website is fake, and I just paid some scammer the money directly. Yes, this happens quite often. In order to proceed, I need you to give me some more info. All the information you can acquire of the individual who contacted you. I understand, this is a fairly common scheme. Wait, isn't that what your job is? Alright, we're going to bring out something I call the heat scale. The heat scale is going to be very useful in this situation. This was up to level 2, Toasty. And then on the right, we're going to have something called the DEFCON level. This is just going to basically measure the amount of sus that there is currently going on either side of this conversation. Hopefully it doesn't get to dangerous levels, but it's just going to be here for our general reference, just so that we can keep an eye on it. We don't get too carried away. Yeah, but I need more info. I understand you received a text message, but from what number? Any screenshots of the websites in question or URLs? Please, any and all. Oh, I can do that. And then I proceeded to send multiple screenshots of the actual scam that included the website. All of these screenshots were taken after the scam, too. They just said, thank you. And then they sent a payment portal through Coinbase wallet of 0.02 BTC and 0.4 ETH, just as their website had advertised. Good. Plain, simple, to the point. Unfortunately, at this point, I don't quite understand this, and I just got scammed through Coinbase already. So, wait a minute. What does this mean? Are you asking me to pay even more of this cryptocurrency after I just got scammed? What if you're the scammer? What exactly am I getting for this cost? They came back with, you may read the message details for what you are paying for. Okay. And what do I do? Then you get your money back. But if I just get the money back, then what's the point of paying at all? What do you get out of this? You pay 0.4 ETH, and we get your money back. But what's in it for me if you get all the money? Okay, here's the final offer. Send the payment of 0.02 BTC to our address. This is our commission. We will inform you of the process of the retrieval and transfer of your lost assets back to you once the order is confirmed. Note, do not attempt to contact the individual responsible or anyone else in this process. Do not tell anyone or reveal this conversation to anyone. We work discreetly and do not tolerate violations of anonymity under any circumstances. Account credentials personalized for your use of our portal will be sent to you upon order confirmation. Use these credentials only for yourself. We do not punish accounts that violate our terms. You will experience the repercussions. After a successful order, the option to add along our other packages is always on the table. Otherwise, thank you for your consideration. Alright, I'm really playing with fire now. I should probably turn on the AC, but remarkably, they exercised a great deal of patience. I actually wanted to see how this would play out, even to the point of sacrificing several $100s to actually submit the payment. Again, another thing you should definitely do, but the only reason I did was because they put so much work into this message. It's like they caught on to the slightest scent in the wind of me possibly baiting them. Maybe I'm straight up wrong, but it seemed like this was deviating from whatever script and was written on the spot. Luckily, this was just me testing the waters, and now it's too late. I jumped in, and it could be an abyss below me. So I paid the exact amount in BTC to a public wallet that apparently had never had any activity since then, most likely a brand new account. And then I just waited after confirming them. I had paid the amount for a day, then 2 days, then 3, then a week. And then it began to look like, whoops,
you played yourself.
But then I got a couple of calls on my main phone that I ignored at first, because there's no reason to answer random numbers, but when this one with the same area code kept calling, I decided to call it back. Call can't be completed. Still no response. Alright, so now it starts to click a little, but I can't be sure because this phone number has no connections to this Telegram account, and now that I'm not just ignoring it, every time it does call, I seem to never be able to answer or record it, until finally...
Got him.
This call is for the Criz 1995. If you are the Criz 1995, please say yes or dial 1 now.
What? What kind of fucking shit is this, dude?
This call is for the Criz 1995. If you are the Criz 1995, please say yes or dial 1 now.
Yes.
Thank you. Your order has been confirmed. Please listen carefully for the following account credentials that you may use to gain access to our community. This courtesy message will not be repeated.
Are you serious, dude?
Username.
Oh, shit.
ER. Oh. Password 6 D 2 2 Y U.
Oh.
Be advised, your order will be carried out shortly. Goodbye.
These people they found my frickin' number. I didn't know that was actually what that was. That is the cringiest thing I've ever heard. That's like some creepypasta type mother trucking. Okay. I'm gonna figure out what to do now.
This is the point where I started debating even making this video and not just packing my bags and moving to Fiji, because they actually got my number. Checking back with their site showed that it's still up after about 3 minutes of loading time, but since I'm already in this deep, I decided to actually use the credentials they gave me over the phone to log into this thing and see what it's like past the landing page. But unfortunately, even after I entered the correct credentials and 5 minutes of loading, it just went to a dead page. Maybe I'm still being initiated into their commune. I did look up their number and found little to no info on it, other than it was a VoIP, Hi, I'm wondering if I should be doing anything else for the time being. I can't seem to access your website with that login. And then a day later, they finally replied, no need. Okay, because I was just beginning to wonder whether I should call the police and tell them about the number belonging to the person who scammed me. This seems to be taking quite long, and I don't want anyone else to get scammed in the meantime. As a quick question, when I do get the money back from the scam, will it be in the same form of Bitcoin, or will it be a direct wire transfer to my bank account? Actually, you might as well just wire it straight to my landlord. I need to pay my rent, which is already a month late if you don't mind. Whatever is left of it, you could just keep as a tip. I think you deserve it for being able to do this, and I don't want to come off as being pushy or annoying. Do not contact the police. If you'd refer to the previously mentioned conditions, I'd implore you not to contact anyone about the number. The payment will be in whatever form it was recovered in. Anything other is not our problem. That's reasonable. I just need to make sure I'm not getting scammed again. I almost never understand what you're talking about throughout this time. At this point, I believe it would be in your best interest to refrain from contacting us. I was just saying I wanted to make sure you weren't going to just run off with my money like the scammer. I'm sorry for misjudging, but I have trust issues after I got scammed. The scammer did the exact thing with the cryptocurrency, and I have yet to obtain the lost money. But I'm sorry. We got it. I just had to edge whoever this was just barely to the breaking point, just to see what was going on here. And I'm still on the fence with the whole situation with my personal phone and what's happening behind the scenes. I've probably never been more tense in the process of making a video just because of getting that call. When I released the most dangerous video I've ever made, I actually was itching so much to publish it, and was so relieved because all that being public took away the fear. And this is like the exact opposite now. But when it was all done and over, the results may have been worth it because they did give me a full collection of information, apparently on the scammers, and even things I can't show because it would violate privacy policies. Literally an impressive amount of actual info. This could have been all staged or made up, but looking at the details, it lines up with the details of the scam in question, even the aspects I didn't share with the person. So it looks like we might be set for another video because of this, unless you don't hear from me ever again, in which case, darn. And by the way, it took a grand total of a month to go from finding this Onion page to getting this. Is this what hiring a private investigator is like? Because if it is, I'm really concerned over what would happen if I paid for the other packages, and I did not receive any money back from the scam, and this Telegram account refused to answer any more of my messages about that, or any at all. Although, in a realistic context, just all of this alone is impressive enough. Anything beyond this whole thing being one big scam is already more than I expected. We might need to make a part 2 of this. Until then, don't try to go on the dark web. Don't try this for yourself. And hopefully, you'll see me in the next one. Goodbye.